Hello, welcome to Wendy's Colouring, and today is my colouring plans for July. I just recorded this and said June first time. Oh, I've realised what month we're on now. Don't. Now, this month I thought I would do, in the main, uncoloured books, but I do have one little cheat because I can't not colour it. And now I've said it, I can't find it in my pile. Oh, it's got hidden in my pile. So before I do the ones I haven't coloured, I have coloured in this one. But obviously I've only done one and it's RJ Hampson, so I have to do another one. So yeah, all my other pile are completely uncoloured books. This one is a cheat book. I'm allowing myself a cheat book, it's fine. So Moonlight, I can't speak, Moonlight Mischief, if I can speak. And I've picked a few out of here because I could have picked the whole book. I'll be honest, Lily from Art June is doing a one book month for July. And there is part of me that thinks I could just colour in this book for the entirety of July. And I know I'd be completely happy with it. Unfortunately, I have too many uncoloured books. So I kind of think, I can't. Maybe next year I'll do one book July. I don't know. I think I could do it, but I've just got too many that I need to colour in, so I can't. However, this is very, very cute with the clock and the naughty dragons all over it. Does appeal quite a lot. But I also would like to do this one because it kind of follows on from the page that I did last month, wherever it's gone. Oh, got my hand in it because it's got the naughty little ladybug on it, and here he is on his motorbike. So I'm tempted to do this one, but it does have these like weird flowers with faces on that freak me out a little bit, but I do like him, and these kind of give me Alice in Wonderland vibes, having the cup of tea at the bottom. So there's that page that also does appeal, but I love these owls. They're very cute. Fat mouse, also very cute. And I also do really like this little, move up frog, don't rip my page. I do also like this little page with the little person in the tent with pretty much the entire forest's worth of animals peering at him from the dark. I think that's quite cute, and obviously lighting effects does interest me, that you've got a kind of warm area here and then really darken off all the back. So technically it also interests me, as well as the actual lovely little characters that's also on it. But RJ Hampson, Moonlight Mischief, lovely book. I could have called it all month, definitely. Then this one I've been avoiding for the longest time. So let me shut my window because the sun is coming in. I thought I might be able to get away with a bit of air, but no, because the sun's shining through it. And then you can't see, can you? So Collage Wild 3. This is the only one of these I have. Because I haven't coloured in this one, I had banned myself from working in any of them. But I've bought quite a lot of watercolours lately, so I kind of think I need to get over myself and have a go. And there's so many lovely pages in here, aren't there? It's very difficult to just pick one. Look, lovely. That I kind of fancy all. Well, most of the pages in this I think are beautiful, but I've kind of picked these four roughly, I suppose because I do enjoy doing a little bit of flower work. I quite like it when I'm in the mood. And these are only very small portraits. I'm half thinking I might watercolour the backgrounds on these and then pencil work the portraits. Although I could watercolour some of these flowers, couldn't I? The bigger ones, like that one, would probably take a little bit of water. But that was my thoughts at the moment, that I would like to do one in here and try and give it a go, because it's lovely paper. They're only quite small. It shouldn't be a big problem really, should it? But so far I've avoided them. Then I worked in one of my Moulin Roty books last month, and I thought I'd like to work in another one this month. So I've picked out two. This one, very, very cute little book. Neither of these two have the stickers in the back. These ones just are colouring books. Again, they're supposed to be for kids, I think. I think they're quite a tough colour for kids. I think this is a beautiful page. I think you can do this as a double, but I can also see you could just do a single with this and have that as a completely different background. That would also work in it. Also, again, I think this is a beautiful page. This is a full double. Double feels a bit scary at the moment. See where I get to by the end of the month. And both of these portraits I love, but I was thinking this one. This one I'm thinking I'd just watercolour all the background over and then maybe just highlight a few of these leaf things in the background. I'm certainly not going to individually do each of those, but concentrating mainly on the girls, whichever of these ones I do. But yeah, they're beautiful drawings in, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, one of these Moulin Roty books, and the other one, this one's a bit more silly, this Parisienne one, but I quite like some of this one as well. The only downside I've noticed with this one, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, this one, oh yeah, you can kind of see it, is very kind of strange line work. It's almost like pixelated line work, and it's all like that. Her clothes are like that, her face is like that. So that's the only thing that puts me off a little bit about this one, but obviously from a distance you can't really see it, and I'm sure once I've coloured it, you know me, I'll get rid of some of the line work anyway, so it's not the end of the world long term. I think this is quite cute. I've got all these little cakes and things, and little boulangerie. Got a little bit of a cafe here. Shame they've done like a table and chairs there, isn't there? And I think you're supposed to draw in her dogs. Not so sure I'm too happy with that. That's the only other downside with this one. It's one of the draw something in. Well, I'm guessing this is telling me to draw something else in here, but we'll see. What's that? Oh, is that my bookmark? But yeah, I quite like this on the fairground ride. I think these are beautiful as well. I might just ignore whatever this is asking me to draw in, unless it's crucial. I'm going to ignore it. But yeah, quite like this page as well. But yeah, a lot of these pages are one of these draw something else in thing, like she needs a hair doing, draw the rest of the flowers in, I've no idea. Draw the rest of the bird in, I'm guessing. So there's a few of those. I probably won't be doing those pages, but some of them do appeal. Obviously I've got to do something in the pictures. Yeah, this is the only one of these that I've got draw that. I quite like this page as well, but not this month. But there's those two as well. Then, as you might have known if you've watched my unhaul, I have destashed a good chunk of Joanna Basford. Ones that I know I'm not going to colour in. This, however, I bought because I know I do want to colour in. It's a beautiful book. It's a little bit smaller than her big square ones, but I just like, there's a range of different things in this one that does appeal. So I do quite like these shades of Worlds of Flowers. I like Worlds of Flowers. That's definitely going nowhere. It's one of my faves. But I quite like both of these. This side's got little mushrooms in as well as the flowers, so it feels a bit more springy. This one maybe feels a bit more summery on this side, so I might do that side if I choose the flowers. The other ones I picked were, I quite like this one. It's almost like a herald of different things. So you've got a little castle, you've got the eagles, and a little bit of flowers and fruits at the bottom. Thought that was quite cute. And then I've picked two of the dragon pages, so love this. I think this is quite interesting. And the other dragon page was this one. Again, I don't think I've actually ever coloured a dragon, so I thought that could be quite interesting as well. But yeah, this one's going nowhere, but I would like to make a start on some of it because it's a cute book, isn't it? There's some unusual pages. It's quite a nice mix of different things in here. So Joanna Basford's Inky and the Ivy Butterfly. I just said that back to front, haven't I? Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Don't know what's going on with my brain today. This one I'm thinking is going to be my work bag book. I've had this quite a while as well, and I'll be honest, I'm in two minds about this book, which is why I'm making myself do something, because it's kind of a do something in it or it's going out the door book, I think. So Colourful Jet Toy. I don't, no idea who this book is by. I think it is by Jet Toy. I think that's the actual, yeah, Jet Toy illustrated colouring book. I got this from AliExpress. If you want to have a search for it, ISBN is there. It is a strange little book, this. It has basically it has the cats already pre-coloured in it, as you can see, and it's the scenes that the cats are in that are not coloured. Although I might do something with this one because it kind of feels like it's in super heavy shadow, doesn't it? My gripe with it really is that some of this is very, very detailed. Like, this is tiny, tiny little things, and I'm not 21. My eyesight is not as good as it once was, so I'm at the point where I'm like, is this stuff too small for me to feel comfortable? I'm like, when you come to try and colour these little shapes in, it's going to be a bit tricky. I'm thinking I'm just going to work over them and not worry about it, but I've picked that one out, and I've picked this one out, which feels a bit more normal sized, although these aren't exactly huge, but I can still see that I can get into those, and it's mainly just flower work, so that does interest me. And I also do like this page that's a bit like playing card page, but again, these are very small. Don't know. I think that's where I am with this book. I don't know whether I like it or not. Like, I do quite like this page as well. I don't know what it is about playing card pages. They do always appeal. It's very flowery and some of it is very small. I think that's my issue. It's quite a crazy book. If you like cats, this is probably a book for you. I'm just not sure it's a book for me. I also hate it when you have to turn the book round. Little Red Riding Hood cat with lots of different trunks. I quite like the idea of it, but I kind of now think, oh, I've got to do every single one of these trunks so that they look different. Look at that, it looks like a plait. But yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm in two minds about this one, but I'm kind of like, oh, this is it, colour it or it goes in the going out pile. This one is definitely not going in the going out pile. Which colour do you like? Watercolour and colour pencil colouring book. I'll give you the ISBN because I don't know how you get this now, if I'm honest. I obviously got it from Book Depository. I'm guessing Etsy will have it somewhere, but I dread to think of the price now. This is beautiful paper. It's watercolour. It almost feels like watercolour card paper, somewhere in between. I've picked out quite a few different pages in here, but I want to try and get over not working in this book. So this one that's Love Forest I think is cute, and I could see that all this you could do in watercolour. I think I will always do the characters in pencil and some of the details at the front in pencil, but I'm thinking backgroundy things I will do with watercolours. I quite like this one as well, that's little treehouse MySpace. I think this is also cute, and again I can see that I could do all of these bits in watercolour. We've done the little tiles, each individual colours, haven't they? So don't know if I do that, but we'll see. And then this one I also think is beautiful. I Like a Flower. Again, good watercolour practice, I think. Was that the last one I picked? There are lovely pages in this book though, and you do get a second one, so you know, if it's a disaster, it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. I quite like this one, but then when I was having a look at it, I was like, how many colours are in his little blanket there that kind of goes pink, red, yellow, blue, green? Am I feeling that confident with my watercolours? Probably not. Maybe you could do it with watercolour pencil, then you could do that effect a bit easier, couldn't you, if you kind of see what I mean? I don't know. It's a beautiful book, and I would definitely like to make a start in it this month if I can. Then it's July, so I thought I might pick a Christmas in July page. This is also an uncoloured book. Don't quite know how. I suppose because I have a few Christmas books, and I love the Christmas books I have more than this one, I think, is sadly the answer to that. But it is a nice book, and I would like to make a start on it. So I've picked out the little Nutcracker men because I do like doing a Nutcracker. My husband hates them. Don't tell him I'm doing them. But yeah, I do I do like the Nutcracker men. I might do them. I love this giant owl. He's quite cute. She's quite cute, whichever they are. And I also quite like the little cuckoo clock as well, with all the Christmas bits and pieces on it. We've got presents, we've got a bit of holly, haven't we? So yeah, I think that's also quite a cute little page. So I'd like to have a go and start in this one because I haven't. And yeah, I have so many nice Christmas books that somehow this one just doesn't shout at me. Although I do love this kind of foil cover that it has. It's very cute, isn't it? And I kind of think this would be nice coloured, wouldn't it? The cover. But yeah, it's not going anywhere, but I would like to colour it. Then I also have this one, Healing Colouring Book, Secretly Happy by, don't know, again, I'll ISBN it, because in the days of no book depository, I don't even know how you find these. Again, this was a book depository buy, I think, because it's a Korean book looking at it. I picked a few out of this book, and I've picked this book a few times, and it never finds its place, which I don't know why, because it's beautiful. Like, this is a beautiful portrait. I love a bit of flower work. I don't love loads of hair. I like the hair when it's done. I don't enjoy doing it at the time. But I think that's a lovely portrait. But there's also, in this book, some really strange other pages that I like. A little Mary Poppins over London page that I think is also very cute. Although I've got flowers in the sky. I don't know. I think that's lovely. And then there's also, I quite like this girl with her scary bunny. Why she got ears? Who knows? And then flower page. And I don't know why that page is ripped, actually. I thought this was quite cute as well. It's kind of a girl in a boat with loads of little, terrible for the environment, flying lanterns. And then these little houses. Is this from a story? Because I don't know what it is. Somebody recognise this as a story? I'm guessing it's from a fairy tale somewhere, and I'm being thick and not showing my deprived childhood, and I don't know what it is. And then I quite like this kind of stagecoach as well. So there's some beautiful pages in this book, and as yet I have not, as you can see, touched it. So I feel I need to rectify that. It's got quite a mix of things in this book. It's quite a strange book. I keep meaning to do this one for Halloween because it's got these little cute little witches in this kind of forest that I think is very cute but strange. But yeah, I'd like to make a start in that. Healing Colouring Book, Secretly Happy. That sounds like a very strange translation. It's probably not quite right. And then somehow I have not worked in Botanicum. This is a special edition one. I don't know if that's any different. Is it different from... Has anybody got the other one? What's different about them? Probably nothing, is there? But I haven't started in them. I quite like this little girl standing in the flowers. I've quite like this kind of pumpkin-y house with this cheeky bird on the top. And, ooh, I can turn the page. Yeah, this little girl, are these plums or peaches? I'm never quite sure. But with this little cheeky bee, I thought that was quite a cute page as well. It gives you a bit of background to play with. Maybe do a bit of watercolour. And I quite like these as well, although pansies or violas. I don't know how you know the difference. I know one's smaller than the other in real life. But yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter. They look the same, won't they, really? But I think that's quite a cute page. And I also quite like this little page with the little blackberries on. I quite like doing little blackberries and raspberries and things like that. It should be repetitively boring, but I quite enjoy it. Who knows why? And then there's also another little mushroomy page at the back here. I don't know why I've not coloured in this book so far. Probably the answer is because you have so many books, Wendy. But Botanicum by Marie Troll. I'd like to do that. And then another book which I haven't touched and is a crime. In fact, 2 books which I haven't touched and is a crime. The original Romantic Country. I don't know why. I suppose because I have the other ones, I kind of prefer the other ones. And another one of them always gets picked, but I want to work in this one this month because I've had it a while. It's a nice book. It needs working in. I've picked out this kind of lovely castle that I quite like. I also quite like this little clothing page, and I think if I'm running out of time, that's not too difficult a page just to make a start with. I quite like this little scene through the forest again. I think that's very cute. And I think I have picked this page out before, but I do still like it. With the tent and them having a little cooking and all the trees in the background. I think that's also cute. So, yeah, I need to rectify not having worked in Romantic Country. I think that's a bit of a crime. And somehow, I don't know how, I've never worked in Ruri Mouse. But I haven't. I think other things, again, just keep appealing. I've picked a few pages out of here. I quite like this one in his little bedroom. It's not in the summer section of the book, but I'm like, Does it matter? I quite like it. It's a cute little bedroom. Like, he's still got his little rabbit in bed. It's very cute. So yeah, I think that's a nice page. I also like this one inside where he's tidying up his kitchen a little bit. That is a nice page. And I do quite like this kind of maypole scene. Because you've got all the characters in it. Got a lot of space is my only worry about this one, but, and obviously it's a double. If I'm honest, one of the singles I think is probably more likely, as I'm still quite busy at work. But yeah, hopefully I will make a start on these two at least this month. Yeah, it's quite a selection of different books for me. I'm hoping I enjoy working in them all. At least I'll know, won't I? If I don't like some of them, then the time might be up, but knowing me, probably not. Anyway, hopefully there's some interesting pages in there and interesting books that might have interested you along the way. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying your colouring. Bye bye.